Welcome back. I've got a 10-minute glute and ab series here for you today. No equipment needed. Let's go. Feel free to get settled in a comfortable resting position of your choice. Just start to find some deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. On that inhale, let everything get a little bit taller, and on that exhale, let everything soften. Maybe holding that breath at the top for a moment. Just starting to find some stillness in your mind and in your body. Maybe closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Just trying to let any tension go. We'll take one more big deep breath here. Then we'll start to bring some movement into our fingers and our toes. Maybe starting to roll those wrists and ankles around. Maybe moving your neck side to side, bringing your arms above your head for a nice morning stretch. Taking a big inhale here, and then letting it all go with a big exhale. Starting to bring your elbows down towards your rib cage. Bringing hands wherever is comfortable, bending your knees, planting your feet on the floor. Start to find those windshield wipers. Side to side. Maybe stopping to one side, bringing those arms into a cactus position. Taking a big inhale. And then bringing those legs back to center when you're ready, and let them fall all the way to the other side. Again, finding a couple big deep breaths. We'll take one more big inhale here, and when you start to exhale, bring those legs back to center. Good. Maybe letting those knees fall side to side a couple more times. And then when you're ready, we'll start to bring our knees in towards our chest, grabbing onto your shins or your hamstrings. Take a big inhale. When you exhale, we'll bring that chest up towards your knees, bringing nose to knees. Just taking a second here, pulling those knees in a little bit closer. Take one more big inhale. When you start to exhale, bring everything down to the ground. Planting those feet on the ground heavy, arms behind your head, elbows are wide. When you're ready, we start to inhale to hold that chest up towards the ceiling, holding that crunch. Just holding that chest up at the top. When you're ready, we're going to start to lower our chest down for 2 and up for 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Finding those slow crunches to start. Inhaling on that way down, exhaling on the way up. Maybe finding that shh breath if you'd like. Good. We're going to speed that up, taking out 1 count. We're here for 3. Here for 2. Last one here, finish it off, then we start to speed that up and down. Good, neutral spine, core to spine. We're gonna hold for a pulse at the top in 3. Last 2. Last one, when you're ready, meet me at the top, find a pulse up an inch and down an inch. Good, keep pushing here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that chest up. Start to bring your right leg to tabletop and then your left. Finding those alternating marches. Good. Lower core is pulling up those legs, dropping that chest at any time if you need. If you want a little bit more, you can add that chest in, crunching up while the leg comes up and then lowering down at the same time. Good. We're here for 4, for 3, last 2. Last one, we'll bring both legs up to meet at tabletop when you're ready. Just hold. Good. Keep holding and breathing. We're going to start to lower and lift that chest, keeping those legs at tabletop when you're ready. Chest begins to lift and lower. Good. Finding those breaths again. Almost there. Option to drop those legs at any time. We're going to stay up for those pulses in 3. Last 2. Last one, when you're ready, find those pulses up an inch and down an inch, little squeeze, squeeze. So close, keep pushing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the chest up, find that single leg toe taps down towards the mat, and then lifts back up to tabletop, switching each time. Good, maybe lowering the chest at any time if you need. Legs keep moving, lower core pulls those legs up. If it's there for you, we start to find that single leg extension, back to tabletop, and then switch. The lower the legs are, the harder this will be. Maybe you even find just a little push with a pulse. Bringing that chest up at any time if you can. Good, we're going to finish up here, bringing those knees in towards your chest, grabbing onto those shins. One leg lengthens out while the other knee comes in towards your chest. We switch for those leg pulls. pulling gently on that shin every time, keeping that chest raised if you can, finding that breath, maybe taking that option to speed this up, making it a little bit faster. In, for 3, 2, 1, leave those legs at tabletop, hands come down by your waist, start to pump those arms up an inch, down an inch, finding those hundreds, knees staying at tabletop if they can, option, lengthen those legs out on a diagonal, again the lower the legs the tougher, or bring them back to tabletop, or even bring them down to the floor. Good, chest stays raised, almost there, keep pushing, keep breathing, here for 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring those knees in towards your chest, give them a nice big hug. When you're ready, plant those feet down on the ground, knees are still bent. Good, hands heavy into the floor, start to peel those hips up towards the ceiling, finding that glute bridge. Good, pulling those glutes up, ribcage stays on the ground, finding that neutral spine, hips will begin to lower towards the ground and lift up. When you're ready, hips lift and lower, lift and lower. Taking these nice and slow. If you want to speed them up, you also have that option. So good, we're here for 4, for 3, hips will stay at the top, finding pulses in 2, last one here, leave them up nice and high, find a little pulse up an inch and down an inch. Just keep breathing, keep pushing, so good, so strong. Here for 3, for 2, last one, hips stay up tall, start to let those knees fall out to the side and then squeeze in. Inner thighs bringing those knees back in and pushing them out with those outer glutes. Last 3, 2, 1, we start to combo this. Hips lower and lift and then find those knees for a push out and in. Lower, lift, push out, in. We are still breathing here, moving nice and slow, feeling every inch of that movement, in control the entire time. We'll take it here for 3, last 2, hips stay up in 1, we find one more set of pulses here, up an inch and down an inch with those hips. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give those hips a nice push towards the ceiling for a hold. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, start to let that back roll down onto the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Maybe taking a couple of pelvic tilts. Loosening up those glutes and those hips, and then when you're ready, bring those knees in towards your chest, give them a nice big hug, start to rock and roll until you're in a seated position. We'll swing our legs behind us, coming into our quadruped, hands and knees placed on that mat. When you're ready, we'll start to take some cat-cows here, chin to ceiling, back slightly arches, and then we'll do the opposite, rounding that back, chin to chest, getting a little bit of mobility in here, taking as long as you need, making sure you're breathing through this. We'll take one more here, and then when you're ready, take any adjustments you need. We'll start to pick up that left leg, bring it to tabletop, foot is flexed. We'll lower and lift. Good, squeezing that glute at the top. Option to come down to your forearms at any time. Good, big push here for 4. Leg will stay up at tabletop in 3. We find pulses in 2. Last one, leave it up, find a little pulse, trying to stamp that heel on the ceiling. Good, little squeeze, squeeze, still breathing, core's in, neutral spine. When you're ready, start to find those hamstring curls, leg lengthens and bends, trying to kick that heel towards your butt, keeping that knee nice and steady, leg isn't lowering, just that knee is bending. Last 2. Last one, leave that leg extended. When you're ready, point your toe taps down towards the mat and lifts up. Good, finding those eye shapes with that leg. Pretend your big toe is drawing that eye up and down. Here for 3. One more set of pulses in 2. Last one, hold it up, find a pulse, up an inch and down an inch. Little squeeze, squeeze. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Rest that knee on the ground. Find your child's pose. Get a nice stretch in those glutes. Taking whatever else you need here. Make sure to grab some water. Taking your time, no rush, but when you are ready, you can start to walk those hands up, bringing that chest back to that quadruped position. We'll switch legs. This time, right leg's gonna come to tabletop, knee is bent, flexing that foot towards the ceiling. Good, finding those lower and lifts. Looking amazing. We'll find those pulses in 4, 3, last 2, last one. Keep the leg up, find a little pulse. Foot towards that ceiling, up an inch and down an inch. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find those extensions, hamstring curls, in and out. Again, trying not to let that knee lower, just that knee is bending, everything else is squeezing. Last 3, 2, last one, leave that leg extended, point the toe, tap down and up. Finding that eye shape. So good, almost there. That heat is building. Last 4. One more set of pulses in 3, 2. Last one, leave the leg up, find a little pulse. Up an inch and down an inch. Almost there. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee down to meet your other knee. Push back into that child's pose. Take a second. Forehead can become heavy on that mat. Find your breath. Start to let the heart rate slow down. Take a big inhale. When you start to exhale, walk those hands over to the right side of your mat. Get a nice side stretch in. Left hand will be a little bit further than your right. Taking some deep breaths here, and then when you're ready, we'll walk those hands over to the left side of your mat. This time, right hand will be reaching a little bit further. Finding a big inhale and a big exhale here, using your breaths at your own pace, and then we'll walk hands back to center, walk them out a little bit further, reach a little bit further out, getting a nice shoulder stretch in, forehead heavy on that mat. Then when you're ready, we'll start to walk our hands up, bringing that chest up, doing any stretches you need. Thank you for joining me for this 10-minute abs and glute series. I'll see you again next time.